Today is, I think it's the 30th or the 29th of October. It's one of them. It's close enough. It's really, really hot. Really, really hot. It's spring. Yes, it's spring and it's 37 degrees here today, which is ridiculous for spring. But, you know, I think that's about 98 degrees or something that would be for Fahrenheit or something like that. It's nuts. It's nuts weather. But, you know, that's how it goes. Just got to roll with it. So I'm inside with the air conditioner on. It's nice and cool in here. Now, what have I been doing? Oh, I've been really busy. I haven't got much stitching done. I got a lot done this weekend just gone. But before that, the last few weekends, and I've explained to you guys before, that's mostly when I get to stitch is on the weekends, and I've had stuff on. I've just had stuff on. I've had parties and all sorts of things going on. So yeah, I've just had a lot on. So I haven't done a whole lot of stitching. But the weekend just gone, I got to do a lot of stitching, and I've stitched on something new. So that'll be a bit fun, a bit exciting to show you that. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Jed gets his cast off next week, so he's a bit excited. After 8, he's up to 7 weeks tomorrow, so he's got one more week, and we get the cast off, and they'll do an X-ray and see how it's all going, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's all good, because he's applying for a job at the moment at a really big hardware franchise here called Bunnings, and yeah, he's got his 3rd round of interviewing to go this week, so it needs to be off so that he can start, hopefully get a job, and part-time job. He wants a part-time job. So he's 16. He's really ready. He's been looking for a while. So I'm really hoping that something comes of that. Okay. Lots and lots to tell you again. Lots to show you. I'm going to do a stash parade. We've got a giveaway. I've hit 1,000 subscribers. That's just nuts. Never thought I'd get to that. Not in a million years. Before I even started making these, I'd watch some of them, you know, and they have like 1,000 and something subscribers, and I'd be like, oh, how cool would that be? And here I am. It's really quite bizarre, but really exciting, and just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's supporting me in that way, because it really does mean a lot to me. It's more about me just knowing that I guess that I'm doing something right, and that what I'm doing you're enjoying. That's really important to me. If I'm putting all this time and effort in, you know, showing me that you want to know when I'm popping up again is a really good indication that you know, I'm doing something right, I guess, and that's important to me. So means a lot to me. So just want to say thank you, guys, and we're going to do a nice giveaway a bit later, and I'm also going to do a couple of little separate giveaways on the side that are old charts that I just want to, you know, if I don't give them to someone, if somebody doesn't want them, they're going in the bin. So yeah, we'll do that as well. What else have we got? Whips. Oh, Death by Cross Stitch. It's back from the framers, so I'll show you that. Really excited to show you that. It looks awesome. Really happy with it. Plans, and so I've been shopping, so I'll show you some things I've bought, and giveaway, and then stash parade. So yeah, we're looking at a long one here, guys, I'd say, as a guess. Sorry. I'm also a week late. I should have done it last weekend, but I've held it back a week because today is my RDO. I get 1 day off a month. It's always every 4 weeks I get the Monday off. And I just thought Monday, when I'm off that Monday, everyone's at work and school, and you know, so I thought this is a really good time for me to do it, because I've probably, good chance I'll have the house to myself, good chance of that. So I'm trying to, and then as it turns out today, my son and his girlfriend are home. They're upstairs hiding in their room until I'm finished, because I made them go. I made them go and hide in their room because I hate doing it when anyone's around. And my husband's out the back working, he's off, so yeah, you know, best laid plans and all that, you know, it just never works the way you want it to. But I'm hoping that normally on this Monday every 4 weeks, and it'll keep me, you know, it'll keep me on track doing it regularly, like once a month, how I want to. So hopefully that's going to work. Keep me on track. Alrighty. Now, I think I'll start with whips and we'll get them out of the way because I do have two whips. I want to discuss Almond Blossom with you. Big discussions to talk to you about there, but I think we'll start with Cinderella. Now, Cinderella I worked on for 3 weeks, but that was the 3 weeks where I had a ton of stuff on. I just didn't get to her. You're actually, I think, going to be a bit surprised at how little I've done because it's not me. It's not normally me. I usually get quite a bit done. But yeah, I just had stuff on every weekend and I just didn't get a whole lot of time to stitch and I couldn't do anything about it. And when the 3 weeks was up, I kind of thought, oh my God, if I stitch for another week on this and just show this, it's going to look like I've done nothing. I'm going to start something new, and that's what I decided to do because I still haven't got my fabric for Smith Sampler yet, so I'll talk about that as well. But I thought, nah, blow it. I'm going to start something new, and I'll start something fairly small, and I might even get it done or get it, a good bit of it done while I'm waiting on fabric for Smith Sampler. So I'll show you what I have done, but yeah, I haven't done a lot. So I've really only completed the page here. This page here ends off just here, and then I've just got a smaller little page down here to go. So I did do, I did do this. I was watching Nicole Buckeye Stitcher do this the other day and I was laughing because I could so relate. Yeah, that area. This area here. It's so difficult. It's like you're looking in a mirror. Just this sort of half of that. Half of where this comes down, I've done half of that. So I've just got to do, I've done the shoe. Can you see the shoe down there? And you can see my gridding there. Done the shoe. And yeah, I've just got to finish the bottom of that, and then I'm going to come across and I've got, here we go, 2 more pages there and 2 of these little smaller bits down the bottom. Anyway, so I'll just give you a bit of a look at that, but still really loving her. I just couldn't get to her this month. I just could not get to her. And I just want to mention again, this is the first time I've used this, and Death by Cross Stitch is the first time I'd used 25 count Lugana. I love it. 1/1. If you have not tried 25 count 1/1 for something like this that's a lot of full coverage, I don't know how it would really go if it wasn't full coverage, whether if it was just a small design, I don't know if I'd use it. I don't know. But for full coverage pieces like this, I don't think you could surpass it. I really don't. I say that with all my heart. I just, I really, really love the 25 count Lugana 1/1. Now, I'll talk about other counts and fabrics in a minute, but yeah, love it. And I think the coverage is the thing that just, and because the stitches are so small, you really seem to get the detail in it, so it looks very detailed because your crosses are so tiny. If you have bad eyes, it might not work for you. I don't know, magnify or whatever. But if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. And I've heard it a lot on Flosstube just recently, that a lot of people are starting to say that that's their favourite thing. And I wasn't hearing that before. I'm pretty sure I wasn't hearing that before. But I'm hearing it a lot now. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention before because I didn't, know anything about it. But it seems like I'm hearing it a lot just lately. So if you're doing something full coverage or you're considering something full coverage, please consider this because I think it's awesome. And I think the quality of the piece at the end is amazing. I can't get over. I'd only stitched on 14 count Ada before, mind you. But wow, the coverage on it. I know I can't really show you. I don't even know what you're seeing there. But the coverage, and when you pull it back, look at that. Anyway, it's enough about that. I'm not trying to push things on you. I'm just, just suggestions, guys. Might not be your thing, but whoa. It's so my thing. And I know any full coverage piece I do from now on, that's what I will use. And it does make it smaller. What are you going to do? You know, makes it a bit smaller, but I don't know that that's a bad thing either, because these big projects I work on can be very cumbersome. I'll talk about that in a minute as well. So that's Cinderella. And just in case you're new, hi. This is her. Just in case you haven't been watching or you just want to see her, because she's gorgeous. So that's her. Almost done. And hey, look, I don't like to set goals, but I really was hoping to have her done before Christmas, but now I'm not so sure that's going to happen because it's almost November. And I don't want to put any pressure on myself, because that just takes the joy out of it, doesn't it? When you start, you know, freaking yourself out about stuff. So if it gets done, it gets done by Christmas. That would be nice. I'll probably get it framed and that'll be my Christmas present. But if it doesn't, so be it. Okay, now, you want to come say hi? No. That's my husband. That got rid of him very quickly. Now, I did work on a new project, and I don't really know how I felt about it, to be honest. I worked on linen for the very first time. I had major issues, and it probably wasn't a good idea that I picked the project that I picked, because it's a French design, beautiful design, and it came with the fabric and the chart, and I was trying to figure out how I was supposed to stitch it and what kind of fabric it was, because I'm not very familiar with linen. I can't just look at it and tell you. I got a ruler out and I counted the holes per inch, and it came out as 28, so I figure it's 28 count just by doing that. But on the chart, on the picture, I'll just show you this. This is it. I have shown these in a previous video. There's 3 of them. This one is raspberries, cherries. God, cherries. And they've got that really cool French look that I really love. So I had these in my stash for a while, and I really wanted to stitch them. And because they weren't too big, I thought, oh, I'll throw this in and give it a go. It was linen, so I wanted to have a go on that before I start Smith Sampler. Thought this would be a good idea just to, you know, have a go on something. But, oh, I'll just show you, because, you know, boy, oh boy, if you speak French, I really could have used your help. Because it's all in French. And for my first time stitching on, you know, linen, would have been really nice if I'd had somebody that could have helped me. I'll just show that one, because that one's only got a little bit of chart on it. But there's a specific piece here that I really wanted to ask about, because what I was trying to work out was I supposed to stitch it 1/1 or 2/2, because it's 28 count. I could have done it 1/1. It would have been pretty small, but I could have done it. I've seen you guys do 28 count 1/1. So I really wasn't sure what I was supposed to do with it. So, where is the writing? Just bear with me, guys, till I find the one that has... Oh, I can't find it now. Oh, here we go. This one. Yeah, this one. Now, I got Google Translate out on my phone, because I know you're all sitting there yelling at me, use Google Translate. I did use it, but when you Google Translate a language, it's still in that language even when you translate it into English. Is that making sense? Am I making sense? Like, for instance, I'll just show you on here, because I don't know if anyone else has ever had this problem before, but oh boy, it got so complicated because I was trying to decipher things. See here, this little bit of writing, this little bit just here. I was looking at that thinking, oh, I'm just gonna type that in. I could tell other stuff was addresses and things like that. This looked like something I needed to know, like I was trying to work it out. So I put it into Google Translate and it says, if your canvas is linen, embroider on 2 warp threads and 2 weft threads. Does that mean 2/2? Or is that talking about this? What is one way warped and one way, what was the other thing? Weft? Because I have no idea what I'm doing, guys. Is that warped and weft? Or is that one of those and the other is how many threads? I have no idea. Anyway, in the end, I guessed. And what I did was I stitched it 2/2, and I guessed that it was probably right because I actually counted. I got. What was really hard was I couldn't muck this up. As much as we never want to muck it up, at the end of the day, I could not muck it up because these were 3 kits that I bought that had the fabric in them that I intend to hang on the wall together. I can't make a mistake and toss it and buy another piece of fabric because it has to match with the other 2. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get this right. So I counted out from the centre to one side. I counted from the chart and I worked out how many stitches it was, counted it by 2, went, yeah, I've still got this much left. I think that's right. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up doing it 2/2. So here's what I've done so far. This is it. And I really, really like it. I'm quite happy with it. But I want to show you something, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see. See, for instance, that pink in the flower. Can you see? It's really quite bright. So if I pull back, do you know what? On here, this is showing totally different. See the greens in the leaves? Can you see those? Maybe if I actually show you this. Nope. This is a bright, bright green. And I had a bit of an issue because, and this is a bright, it's not showing up. They're bright. They're really bright green. And this looks lime green. You're not seeing it, but that looks lime green. And when you look at the picture, sorry guys, when you look at the picture, it's not lime green. I can't find it. Here it is. When you look at that, there's no lime green in there, is there? None at all. But when I'm holding this and looking at it, there's lime green in it, and I was really quite annoyed. And those flowers, can I get that close enough? It's like a peachy colour. It doesn't look hot pink to me. This, see how that's hot pink? I don't know whether you can tell, but anyway, it doesn't look like the picture. But on here, it looks like the picture. What I'm showing you on this video now looks exactly like the picture when I look down at it. But in real life, there, look, see that? Can you see the lime green? But if I pull it back like this, it disappears. Just how I had that there, look. That's lime green, bright lime green. There ain't no lime green in that. Am I making any sense? I find it really frustrating. Really, really frustrating. And I'm going to talk about it with some other charts because I don't know. It just frustrates me that this doesn't look lime green. And I don't want lime green. I want this. I want this picture. And I get frustrated because I buy charts and then I stitch them up and they're not the colours that I saw in a picture. You know, there's a peachy colour in that flower. I promise you. It looks peach. Yeah, it's like, see, that looks peach. It's bright pink, I promise you. Go look, 818, it's bright pink. Oh. I can't show you even what's annoying me about this, but it's annoying me because, yeah, like I said, they're lime green colours. But anyway, in saying that, I'm still happy with it. I really like it. I enjoyed stitching it. And I've really enjoyed the process of linen and learning. Can I show you my work? What I've discovered, and you're not going to see this on here because it's just going to look all nice and neat, but it's really not. I promise you it's really not. Oh, and the other thing, I don't know whether I can show you, but in here, I don't think you can see it, but there's a different technique that I've never done before with this, where this this here has just one thread over two. Will it focus? So it's kind of transparent because I think they're trying to make it look like it's drawn, like it's a sketch, because it's, you know, explaining the process of a cherry from the flower, the blossom, all the way through. So yeah, that was kind of fun. And you can see it in this one up here. You can see when I hold it back, it kind of looks more see-through-y. Can you see that? I don't know. And all the shadow bits in amongst it, they're all just done with one thread, whereas the rest of it's done 2 over 2. Wasn't that fun? Trying to work it out. And again, point, what does that say? Point de creux to brin. See that? Point de creux to brin. Google Translate. Point de creux to brin says cross stitch 2 strands. So I was pretty sure it was 2 strands, and I thought, well, it's not over 1 if it's 2 strands, it must be over 2. But in saying that, the coverage isn't 100% perfect, but it's pretty good, and I'm really happy with it. And Jen from Jen's Crafty World, I think it's Jen from Jen's Crafty World, you wanted to see these. So that was one of the reasons why I picked this, Jen, because you said, oh, I really wanted to see you start one of these. So started one. So I hope you like them. These are right up your alley, Jen. I think these are right up your alley. So yeah, beautiful, and really happy with them. And they were expensive to buy, probably because they were European or French, but not sorry at all. And I will be doing the other 2. I'll show you the other 2 of these in my stash parade at the end if you're interested. I think the other one is raspberries and something else. Might be peaches. But anyway, I'll show you those in my stash parade. Loved it. What I have to say about linen, if you've never stitched on linen before and you're thinking about it, I loved it. I loved the challenge of it, because it is a little challenging. When you start somewhere and you're counting and you want to end up, you know, like these sort, you know, this went around and down, you know, and then I started at the top again and I came around and down. And when you actually meet where you're supposed to at the bottom, you really feel like you've accomplished something. It's like, woohoo! I got this! Because, yeah, you kind of think, oh, is this going to meet up where it's supposed to? Because the counting is different. And I found myself not wanting to go very far from myself. So if I stitched a cherry, for instance, I stitched the whole cherry. I wasn't going off over here and putting in another colour somewhere else where it was required. I was just focusing on the cherry, because I was like, oh, I'm not going and counting over there. No way, that's just too risky. So I did stay very close to where I was, and I tried not to veer off too far or anything, and I didn't grid this. I wasn't gridding it. This was something that I really wanted to just achieve, and I did, and I loved it. So, yeah, I'd love to know what you think of this. And yeah, I haven't really got much left to do on that. I started that on the 18th of October. What are we now, the 30th? It's only been 10 or 12 days or something that I've been working on that. But I've got one weekend where I didn't get to work on it much, but this weekend just gone, I worked on it a lot. I did work on it a lot. and only it, and yeah, I'm flying through it. So considering I hadn't worked on anything like that before, it still was quick to stitch it up. And I've just got this brownie sort of leaf up here to do, and the leaf that's crossing it, that bit of twig there, this brownie thing down here, and one more cherry there, and a couple of cherries there, I think, and it's done. So I'm more than halfway done with it. So that will be quick. Now, I wasn't sure whether I was going to, like if Smith Sampler fabric turned up and I was ready to go on that, whether I was going to throw this back in the cupboard or what I was going to, you know me guys, I have to finish it. I just have to finish it. But what I am going to do now is I am going to pack that away for 2 weeks, and I'm going to go back to Cinderella for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to come back to this and hopefully finish it. So the next time you see me, that should be finished. It won't be framed because I plan on doing the other 2 before, and I'll get them all framed together so they're all framed the same. But yeah, enjoying that. Yeah. Hey, I've done linen. So if you're out there and you haven't done linen and you're thinking about doing linen, highly recommend it, especially for things like that. If it was full coverage, there's no way I'd go anywhere near linen. Not for full coverage, I just don't see the point. But for things where you actually see the fabric, it's really going to be pretty when it's framed up. It's going to be pretty. So yeah, I would definitely suggest that you have a go, and it's not hard, you know. I did notice that your stitches, I felt like I needed to be more neat with my stitches, whereas when I'm working on full coverage all the time, that's all I'm really used to. It doesn't matter. If your thread's a bit twisted or whatever, you don't see it. But on this, you kind of have to be a bit more aware of, you know, you have to be more neat, I think. Do you think the same? I don't know. It just seems more noticeable to me on here. And this works out to be 14 count, and after 25 count 1/1 for 8 or 10 months, that's all I've done on Death by Cross Stitch and Cinderella. These stitches looked massive to me. They looked so big. But yeah, when you hold it up like this, you don't see any of that. And you won't see it on the wall. But they did look kind of giant. But anyway, that's that. I think I've talked about that for enough, didn't I? Jeez. Gabbled on. Sorry. But yeah, that whole French thing, and I took it to work because I work with a guy, and he's fabulous to work with. He's great, and he's very intellectually educated, I guess you'd say. He's worldly, I guess is probably a better word. He's very clever, but he's also worldly, and he's done a lot of different things. And anyway, I was sitting out the back with my phone, and I had this pattern at work because I had a feeling that he might have spoke French. And I hit him up and, what did I say? Parlez-vous français? Is that how you say, how do you speak French? I think I said that to him, and he went, and I went, oh, yes. And I tried to get him to help me, but the problem was he doesn't understand cross-stitch. So as much as he could tell me the words the same as Google, he couldn't really translate it to me because he didn't understand it. So he didn't understand what it was trying to tell me, so it wasn't that helpful. But yeah, he tried to help me, we had a bit of fun and a bit of a laugh with it, so that was good. Okay, done. Now, I have 2 more of those to do now. Oh gosh, I have so many things I want to stitch. You guys are just making me crazy. Okay. What else was I going to show you? What's next, guys? Almond Blossom. Yep, we have a bit of a dilemma there, guys. This is, yeah, I'll just have a little drink. I have once, I tell a lie, never say never, I once gave up on a project. One time. One UFO is all I've had. It was a design that I bought for Jed. It had a transformer on it, and it had the bumblebee car. And the transformer was shooting flames at the bumblebee car, and the bumblebee car was kind of skidding, and there was flames shooting off of that. And I saw it, and I thought, Jed would love that. This was years ago when he was younger, and he was right into Transformers, and I thought, I'm going to stitch that. And I stitched a ton of it. Like months and months of work, and I started to get into the detailed parts, not the background. and it looked terrible. It just didn't have the detail in it, and you couldn't even really tell what it was. You know what I mean? It was really badly graphed. Anyway, I got to a point where I could not stitch on it anymore. It just wasn't stitching up the way I thought it should, so I got in a rabbit hole. That's the only project I've ever not finished that I have started. I'm a finisher. I like to finish things. And I am so torn with this piece because I truly love this piece. I love the picture, and I love where I want to put it in my home. It's got to go there. It's got to go there. So you guys are going to have to just... can you tell? I'm just really... I don't know what to do right now. So Almond Blossom is going to be a UFO at the moment. It's going in the naughty corner. Now, it's not Almond Blossom's fault. It's not the cross stitch's fault. It's my fault. And the problem is, well, it's actually your fault, Flosstube, if I'm honest. Because what's happened is I started this before I found Flosstube. Now, if you've watched my other videos, I knew nothing about cross stitch. I thought I did till I started watching Flosstube, and I've learned so much. I did this on 14 count aider. Now it's, I can't tell you, it's a lot of stitches. Hang on, because I'd really like some help with this, so you're going to have to bear with me. 500 by 395 stitches. I'm not good at working out what, if I pick a particular fabric, what size. I'm not good with that. Pam helped me with Death by Cross Stitch, so if someone can just shout me back there, because I try to work it out on the calculator and I think I've worked it out, but then I'm scared it's wrong. So I just want somebody that knows how to do this just bang, because normally I just go by what the chart tells me, but it doesn't, you know, I'm stitching it on different fabric. That was for 14 count. So for 14 count, it was 35 inches by 28 inches. I could see that on the chart. I knew how big my piece of fabric had to be. I went with 14 count. It was all I knew, okay? I got this out. I got this out because remember I told you in the last video, this was going to be a whip. I was going to be working on it. I've put over a year's work into this piece. If you haven't seen it, upside down. If you haven't seen it, this is it. Again, I'm just quickly going to raise something. What colour is that, guys? Is that blue? Would you say that was blue? What colour is that? I can assure you it's green. It's green all day, every day. When I kitted it up, you're not going to be able to see. It's all green, okay? It's green, I promise you. These colours are all green. There is no blue. There is some turquoisey green, but there's no blue in it. Hang on, is that blue? Oh, there's a bit of blue. That's the only blue. When you look at this, if I just unfold it a little bit, because you guys have seen this before. It's green, I promise you, it's green. It's not blue, and it doesn't look anything like that picture, but at the end of the day, I still loved it. I still love it because blue and green are my favourite colours anyway. I really want to stitch this. But I got this out and I started working on it. I'll tell you what my issues are. Because like I said, this was before I started watching Flosstube. I knew nothing but 14 count aider, okay? The other thing I did at the time was I did full coverage pieces and I gridded them with a pencil. That was what I'd done for years. You can see here, it's gridded, okay, with a pencil. Now, I don't know whether you're going to be able to see, but if I hold that right up, there you go. Can you see the lines in that? It's never happened before. I've gridded pieces with pencil before. I don't know whether I got a little heavy-handed with the pencil. I don't know. But every time I pull it out and look at it, all I can see is the gridded lines in it. Now, I know when I wash it at the end, they may fade a little, but if I've spent more than 2 years, maybe 3 to 4 years stitching this, and I get to the end and I wash it and I can still see pencil marks, I ain't going to be happy, guys. ain't going to be happy at all. And the other thing that's really bothering me about it is how massively big it is and how difficult it is. It's so cumbersome to try to work on it. My husband made me a frame, which is fabulous. It works great, but there's just fabric everywhere. And as much as I like the frame he's got for me, and I'm okay stitching on it, I much prefer to stitch with a frame, a big frame that I can flip easy. I don't know. I just prefer to work with frames. That's what I love to work with. I'm stitching the little linen one on Q-Snap on this. Like working with them too, but I have to sit this on my stand because I stitch two-handed, one hand under, one hand over. That's how I like to stitch. I find it's quicker. My thread doesn't twist as well if I use two hands. I don't know why that is, but that's just how it works for me. So I prefer two-handed on a frame. That's another thing that's bothering me. I can't do that with this piece because it's just so big I couldn't get a frame to fit it. So cumbersome, pencil marks, not like on the 14 count Aida anymore. Really want to stitch it on 25 count Lugana, okay? I know at the moment I'm having a little bit of trouble saying goodbye to this and starting again because it's over a year's work, guys, over a year's work. And I'm kind of like, do I really want to throw that aside and start again? But the more and more I think about it, yes, I do. If I'm putting 3 or 4 years work into this, I want to love it. I want to really love it. And right now, I don't really love it. There, I said it. Do you know how difficult it is? You know, you guys know, you know, just to, you know, am I mad? Am I crazy? Probably. I think I am a little, because I'm just thinking to myself, are you nuts? What are you thinking? And a few times I thought that. I think I even mentioned it to you guys before, and I kept going, I've put too much work into it. I'm just going to keep going. My heart is not in this, and I've said to you guys, if your heart's not in it, toss it, because you'll lose the joy. And I'm putting so much work and so much time into this, and I love the piece itself. I love it. I really want to stitch it, but yeah. So what I'm doing is, at the moment, don't get upset, I'm just putting it aside, okay? It's just going in the, not the naughty corner, because it's not naughty, it's fine. And I just need to put it aside for a bit, and I just need to think about it, because if I could get past the pencil marks, then the 14 count's bothering me, and the size of it's bothering me. If I get past one of those, the other two things are still there bothering me, and I don't know. I think I've just discovered and learned so much that I feel like it's not good enough anymore. And I mean, you're all probably going to send me messages saying it's fine, you know, you should just keep going or whatever. But, you know, if you're working on something like this, you got to be happy with it. And Flosstube's just taught me so much that I'm not now. I'm just not. Now, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's going in a UFO pile, which I've never had. Naughty Flosstube. And I just need to put it aside, and I need to really just think about it for a while. Now, in saying that, if I decide that I'm not going to stitch on this anymore and I'm going to start again, what do I do with this? There's another question. Because my thoughts are, can I let it go? Because it's only going to sit in a cupboard. Hell yeah, I reckon I can let it go. I reckon I can give this to somebody who would like to continue with it. So if you don't have an issue with pencil marks and 14 count Aida and how big this is, like I said, 36 inches I think by 28 or something like that. If you don't have a problem with that, this could be going as a giveaway. It could be going as a giveaway, and all you'll have to do is buy the chart and the threads, and it's a third, is it a third done? Maybe not quite a third done. But, you know, there's a year's work in that. Over a year's work in that. So at this point, it's just going to be put aside. But in saying that, if you think you might be interested in taking that off my hands, I would be interested to hear from you. That may help me decide. Also, I just quickly want to mention that I had a message from a lady that was on Facebook, and she messaged me and asked me to be her friend, and we started to chat. And her name is Irene. Hi, Irene. And Irene lives in Malaysia. Irene, I think, is 65, I think she told me. And we got chatting about things, and she wanted to ask me some questions about this piece. She fell in love with it when she saw it on my Flosstube. And she said that she was getting it from her birthday for her birthday from her family. So we were chatting about it, and I was telling her how big the 14 can 8 it was and blah, blah, blah. We were chatting away. She said, I'm getting it for my birthday. My birthday's in October. And I said to her, oh, what date in October? My birthday's in October. And she said, the 13th of October. That's my birthday. We have the same birthday. How bizarre is that? So anyway, we got chatting, and we've continued to chat since then. And Irene's going to be starting this, so I did say to her, maybe we'll be starting it together and we'll stitch it together, because I don't think that I'm going to be using this. But it will still be getting stitched one way or the other. I'm not completely giving up on it because I love it, and I have a place for it in my home where I know it's going to be beautiful, so I've just got to figure out whether what I do about that. Should I just quickly show you how much I've stitched for anyone that hasn't seen it before? I'll just quickly show you how nuts I am. This way. So it goes. All that. I don't even think that's a third of it, guys. Yeah, I don't even think that's a third of it. But anyway, if you're interested, it could be coming your way. That was weird. That's never happened to me before, so whatever. It's, you know. Oh, I just quickly wanted to show you this too. Does anybody out there watch Guardians of the Galaxy? Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy? If you're into that, you'll know who this little guy is. He's actually a new needle minder that I bought, and he's perfect for this. Can you see him? Which way does he go? Yes, it's Groot. So if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about and how cute he is and how cool he is on my on my piece there. He matches perfectly. And if you haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy, you should watch it because they're brilliant. My family and I all love that. And I got that from this place. Can you see that? Plan to stitch. What does that say? I don't know. Plan to stitch. It was on Etsy. So yeah, if you're interested in Groot, that's where I got him from. But I love Groot. If you haven't seen it, you should go watch it. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, jeez Louise. Okay. Alright, we're up to Death by Cross Stitch. Are you ready? Now glare, you know, it's nothing I can do. I've tried shutting blinds, opening blinds, half shutting them, half closing them. Nothing works. You're going to get glare. There's nothing I can do. But here she is. Now I do just want to say, in my mind, I had a wide frame, like quite a wide frame I wanted, and I wanted it to be distressed, and I wanted the colour underneath to be like a darker, like a black or a grey that was coming through the white. My framer just didn't have anything like that. He only had skinnier frames and not with any of the dark coming through, so I just had to pick what I could get. So in a sense, I was a little bit disappointed in that. I still love how it looks, but it's not what I had in my head. But you can't always get what you have in your head, can you? You've just got to go with what the framer has. So, but still very happy with it. I don't even know if I can get it all in. I'm going to try. I'll just get rid of that. Try really hard to. How's that? see reflection. Or if I go this way, maybe that's a bit better. So there she is, all framed up. And I'm really glad that I didn't do the, oh gosh, I'm really glad that I didn't do the matte boarding. I'm really happy with that. Oh, love it. Yeah. It's just so big. Now this is 25 count. Imagine if you did this on 14 count Ada. It would be massive. Massive. And I know there's people doing this in 14 count. It's going to be huge. So I was glad that I stuck with the... Anyway, you get the idea. It's kind of distressed, but it's like a creamy colour coming through, where I wanted something dark and I wanted it, you know, a much kind of wider frame, but I just couldn't get it. But, you know, I'm happy with this, and this is going up in my lounge room, and once I get hubby to hang it up on the wall, I'll take a photo of it up there and maybe put that in on Instagram or Facebook or something so that you can have a look on there. I should just mention TLC Stitches is what I am on Instagram. TLC Stitches, they're my initials. And I'm just my name, which is my Flosstube, on Facebook, Teresa Craig. If you want to send me a friend request, if you want to chat to me. You know, I've got a new friend in Malaysia. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. So yeah, chat away. You know, I'll chat to you all day, and Irene's great, and so is everybody else, because the time difference is really difficult here. And the other night Irene messaged me, and it was 11 o'clock at night, and we were chatting for like half an hour. I didn't go to bed till 11:30, but I don't mind. I'll tell you if I've got to go to bed, or if I've just got up and I'm getting ready for work, or, you know, the time difference, it can be difficult. But if I say to you, I'll have to chat to you later, it's because I'm busy. It's because I'm getting ready for work, or I'm at work, or I'm, you know, it's 11 o'clock at night. There'll be a reason. Otherwise, I'll chat to you all day. Please feel free to message me if you want to chat, just like Irene and I have become mates, and we're chatting regularly, and we're going to stitch and Blossom, I think, together. So, you know, yeah, message me. We'll have a chat. But anyway, oh, look at this. But are you getting the idea? I think you're getting the idea. I love it. I love, love, love it. Oh, look at that. There you go. How's that? I can't. Yeah, that'll do. Up there for a minute. Awesome. Now, I didn't mention, which was really naughty of me, I put S&T, oh, look at this glare. I put S&T for Shane and Teresa. And right at the bottom in there, I put 1993, because that was the year that we got married. So I kind of personalised it a little bit, which I forgot to mention before, and made it sort of a wedding sampler, because the Dutch words down here somewhere say faith, hope and love. I think it's faith, hope and love. I'm not sure, you need to check that, but that's, you know, kind of wedding related, I thought. So that's what I did with it, just to personalise it a little bit. Had a bit of fun with that. So yeah, done. Really, really happy with that. Okay, alrighty, what do we have next? Plans, I'm going to continue on with cherries, and I'm waiting on Smith Sampler fabric. That's what I had to show you. Smith Sampler. I tried some more fabrics, and this was after you guys all sent me tips on which fabrics I should try. So I already had this particular fabric coming from the UK. It's no good, but I'm pretty sure I've ordered, Nicole from Buckeye Stitch to help me. She sent me some photos of some from Picture List Plus, and she said to me, I think one of these will probably be helpful. She had 3, I think, and I ordered 2 of those, and I really think one of them is going to be right. I can't remember. One was Legacy from Picture List Plus, and I think the other one was... I can't remember, but I haven't got them yet. I've ordered them 3 weeks ago. Is that a normal amount of time? I don't know. So I'm waiting on that. So Smith Sampler. Yeah, so this will be done as soon as I get fabric, I'll be starting this. And I told you guys that I'd ordered these. So I have all my threads, ready to go in the little floss away bags. These are awesome. I'm looking forward to trying this. I always watch Nicole's Needleworks videos, and she has these, and I always looked at them and went, "Ooh, I want to try that." So I'm excited to try that. So that's in the pipeline. Haven't forgotten about that. That'll be next on my list. I'm just waiting for these fabrics from Picture This Plus, which I should have in the next video, and hopefully I'll have started it by the next time you see me. Now this was the fabric that I ordered from so-and-so in the UK, and it looks like this. Can you see it's just got a little bit of mottling in it? Now it's not exactly what I want. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's drawn on to me. Does that make sense? Like it's printed on it. It doesn't look like it's dyed into it, and it probably is, but it's just got that kind of printed look about it, and I don't like it. It's not what I want. So, because it wasn't right, lucky you guys, somebody's getting that if they win my giveaway, because that's where it's going, in my giveaway. So hopefully it'll be you. So I'll just put that back in there, because I'll put that in my back in my giveaway pile now, so I can show you that again in a minute. Alrighty, now okay, here we go. One other quick thing to tell you about. I found some new patterns that I adore. I mean, adore. If the pattern in particular, there's 3 I bought that go together. If one comes, that I don't even know if I'm going to be able to contain myself, and you guys know how disciplined I am, but I fell so in love with these patterns. I saw them on Facebook, I think it was. They're by Luca S. I got in touch with Luca S. They're a European company, and they said they emailed me back the 2 companies in Australia that distribute the patterns that I was after. So I ended up speaking to Kathy from Cross Stitch and More. She's in Australian company, and her name is Kathy, and she's at Cross Stitch and More. If you are interested in these patterns, you should check this girl out, because she was amazing. Her service was absolutely spot on. She got back to me really quickly. She had one of the patterns in stock. She said, I can order the other 2 for you. She said they're Russian. They have to come from Russia. So we were messaging back and forth. She was excellent. She said, I have one of them in stock. And I said, yep, great, order me the other 2. And I didn't go straight and buy the one that was in stock. And she sent me a reminder a few days later saying, did you want the plums one, because I've got it put away for you? So I went, yes, I do. I'll order that from you. So I went and did the order for that. So she was really good, really helpful, and just lovely to message back and forth. So Kathy at Cross Stitch and More, if you're interested in these designs, she can get them for you, because I don't think they're that easy to get. Maybe in the US they are, but here I couldn't find them. You know, I had to really kind of send emails and do a little bit of work to find them. Now, there's 3. The favourite one isn't here, but I'll tell you about it as well. These are kits. They're anchor kits, which, you know, I don't care. Anchor's anchor, DMC's DMC, I don't care, I'll stitch with it. So especially when it comes in a kit like this. So I love these. Now these are 18 count aider, and this is plums. Now in saying I love this was my least favourite of the 3. So, you know, and it's beautiful, isn't it? Let's just say it's beautiful. And you know, I love this. See, this French. Yep, love it. And these remind me of that. So these are all going to be hung in my dining room, all of them. They're all going up in my dining room somewhere, or my kitchen, somewhere out there, that part of the house out there. I love this. Love it. It has a little, where is it? Little butterfly there. I love butterflies too. Love it. The other two that I have ordered, one I think is strawberries, and there's a little butterfly on that, but it's got a very similar look to this, but it's strawberries. And then the other one that was my absolute favourite is it's green apples, all strewn along like this in this landscapey way, and they're green apples, but oh, it's divine. Luca S. Excuse me. Luca S. If you're interested in these, they are Russian. There is Russian writing down the bottom, but hey, see that? English. There's English on so I should be right. There's English on these ones. Excuse me. Yeah, so there's 2 more to come. Hopefully they'll be here before my next one. Kathy seemed to think that she would have them pretty quick, so I'll show you the other 2 and this one again in my next video, but I couldn't wait to show you those because I just think they're awesome. Love them. If you're into, you know, that French provincial kind of stuff that I love, and that's the how it all comes on the back in case you're interested, and it's 18 count Ada that's in there. Okay, so if you're interested in that, can't wait to stitch them. Like I said, it's going to be really, really hard not to just jump in and start them. Now I do quickly just want to remind you of this. Remember this baby carriage that I got for my niece, that she's having a baby in December. I think she's due in December. Her baby shower is the 18th of November. So I need to do this. I need to stitch this. I need to get it done. So the next time you see me, I won't have it. It'll be gone to her. It won't take me long to stitch that up. So it'll be white thread on this I'm doing, and just putting it in a little white frame. And she doesn't know the sex of the baby. So yeah, I'm just going to stitch that up, and I'll take a picture of it so that you can see how that came out, but that will be gone when I see you again. That'll be gifted and gone, but I do need to do that, and that's on linen as well. It's 32 count, so that'll be over 2, and yeah, I've got to get that done. Got to get that done. Giveaway. Okay. Now, remember I showed you in the last video, I gave you a little tease, remember? So I'm just going to show you those again for those that haven't seen them. This is one that my daughter started when she was little. So it's opened, you can see it's opened. Little Dimensions kit, Happiness is Having Friends. Now, I have all the threads for it, and I have the chart, which is untouched. I'm just chucking it in there because Shelby started it as when she was young, and I don't even know where the fabric went. I don't know what happened to it, but I've had it for 10 years, I reckon, and it's sat in there, and I don't want to stitch it, so somebody might, or you might pass it on to somebody that you know would like it. If you win the giveaway and you don't like it, you can pass it on. Give somebody a thrill. This one, this is called Indian Peacock. Indian Peacock. Very, very pretty. I just have so many things I want to stitch now. You know, so many things. So I'll put this in the giveaway, and if I decide down the track I still want to stitch it, I'll stitch it later. But I don't have time. I just don't have time. It's sitting in a folder. Like, anyway, it was a kit. So fabric, threads, chart, picture, it's all in there, untouched. Brand new, haven't stitched it, touched it, anything. Okay, so that's going in my giveaway. Now these, remember these? I put these in the last giveaway. I've taken one out of there. Now I bought this for the giveaway, but one of them leaked. Never happened before. I've bought 10 packs of these, I reckon. Never happened before. I get them from my supermarket. So because that one's leaked, I'm going to go and buy another packet, but I pinched one out of it to use. So yeah, these are, in case you haven't seen them before, they click like a pen, but they're highlighters. See that? Brilliant. Really, really good. So yeah, getting a packet of them. else have we got here? Oh, these. I did these in my last giveaway. So you're getting another 3 of those bookmarks. These are so handy. I got tons of them. I bought a big pack of them. So every giveaway I'll throw a few in because they're very, very handy. I've stitched these up for gifts. They're really good. 3 of those. Now, fabric, we have this one that I just showed you that wasn't right for Smith Sampler, so you're getting that. It's 19 by 27 inches, so it's a decent size. And then I have this piece of that I ordered, 28 count, I think this is, or it could be 25 count. Nice big plain white piece, because I figure that's, you know, nice and neutral, and it's really nice. It's spike art fabric and it's beautiful, soft, lovely fabric, really, you know, beautiful fabric. So that's going in. So you're getting the two pieces of fabric. And then down to the last lucky last is the needle minders that I ordered. Now, with the needle minders that I ordered came a couple of freebies. You know how you order needle minders and they nearly always send you freebies. They're the freebies. It's Michael Jackson. And flower one. Little sparkly flower. So you're getting the freebies. They're going in. With Mr. Owl. Oh, I love Mr. Owl. He's so cute. And he's really sparkly. You can't really see it on here, but he's really sparkly. And this Christmas tree, which I just thought was gorgeous. Try to pick things that I think you're all going to like, you know. But anyway, they're going in. So you're getting those 4 needle minders in the giveaway. All right. Now that's the end of the cross stitch stuff. But my little idea I've had for this, the last time I did a giveaway for Miss Kim that won, I sent some Vegemite and some Tim Tams to her as well. Which if you ever get anything from me, you will get Vegemite and you will get Tim Tams because it's just a bit of fun. Vegemite is an acquired taste and we all grow up on it here and we all love it. Some people don't love it, but most of us grow up as kids loving it and continue to eat it into adulthood like I do, and you know, half of my family likes it, half of them don't. It's a thing. It's a thing. But here is a jar of Vegemite. I'll just show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Okay, it's full of vitamin B. It's very good for you. I'll just show you. It looks like black tar. You see that? The smell. Anyway, it's really good with things like avocado and cheese and on crackers and things like that. But the way I love it is on toast with lots of melted butter. But anyway, what my challenge is for this is I don't want you to put the word giveaway or anything like that in the comments. What I would like you to tell me, because this is how it works, okay? If you came here to Australia and you came to visit me and I would say to you, okay, you're in Australia, you have to have Vegemite. You have to try Vegemite. I would probably take you for a meat pie at the footy. You know, you'd have to have a meat pie if it was footy season with tomato sauce or ketchup as you call it. What else would I probably feed you? Probably fish and chips, because even though that's pretty English, we've kind of stolen that. Fish and chips is pretty popular food here as well. So they're kind of staples that, you know, if you're an Aussie, you know, you eat a lot of those things. So what I want you to do is in the comments, tell me if I came to visit you in your little town where you live, because we went to America in 2010. My whole family, we all went to Disneyland. When I say my whole family, I mean my whole family. My mum and my stepdad paid for all our airfares, And me and my sister and my brother and all of our husbands, wives and children all went together, 13 of us. And we had a fabulous time. We went to Disneyland. My stepdad and mum paid for our airfares, and we just had to pay for the rest of our trip. So while we were there, we went over to see my friends that we met on our honeymoon in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They lived in Lancaster. And we went there and we stayed with them for 5 days. And they took us to Philly and they took us to Washington, and all that was amazing. Amazing. I would have loved more time. I got to see the Liberty Bell, and I got to see, what's his name, Lincoln, you know, the monument, and all that kind of was awesome. But while we were there, they took us for, now what were they called? Philly cheesesteaks. Philly cheesesteak rolls. They were like a roll with steak and melted cheese. And he said, you know, you're here, you've got to have one of these. So if I was where you are, what would you take me to have? What would you say? You're here, this is our thing, this is what you need to come and eat. That's what I want to know. So in the comments, can you put something like that? If you don't really know of a food that you have in your local area or your state that is a big thing, just make sure you've got the word Vegemite in there somewhere, and that'll do, okay? But wherever you, even if it was something that you would cook me at home, that's something that you feel is from your area. You know, it might be a pecan pie, like Sandra Stitches makes pecan pies with all her pecans. It might be something like that. It doesn't have to be something I've never heard of. I'd just like to know what's a staple that, you know, where you live, it's something that is known, very well known in your area. Basically, that's what I want. Okay, so that's the giveaway. So, just, you know, the usual rules, basically. The usual rules. It'd be great if you're a subscriber. Must be over 18 or have parents' permission, and that's pretty much it, really. But, yeah, something in the comments, either relating to Vegemite or something that's a staple where you live that you would take me, if I came to see you, you would take me to eat. Got it? Okay, beautiful. And I'll draw that in the next video, which will be 4 weeks from today, hopefully. If all goes well. Be 4 weeks from today. Now, okay, we're an hour and 7 minutes in, and I am going to do a stash parade, but it's going to be quick, because I figure if I don't, I'm never going to get it in. I'm never going to fit it in, so I'm just going to do it, okay? If you don't want to see stash, you can switch off, say goodbye. See ya. Because, yeah, I feel like I really want to do this, because I want to show you. I don't have a lot, so it won't take long. If you see something in my stash parade that you would love to know more about, you either want to know where I got it from or you want to ask me questions about it, feel free to put something in the comments. Oh gosh, it's just gotten really dark, sorry. Put something in the comments or let me know questions, anything you want to ask me. Oh, I just quickly forgot these two that I was going to give away. These are going to be a separate giveaway. They're each going to be separate, okay? I will call this one Tassie Devil. Remember him from cartoons? I think it was Warner Brothers. He used to spin really fast. I had this. I bought it for one of the kids. I never stitched it. I'm not going to stitch it. It's here. All the, you know, charts in here. Never been touched. Never done it. If you would like this, I'll just give you a little bit of, it's got 40 colours. It's recommended 14 count. It's 22 centimetres by 24 centimetres, 122 stitches by 131. So it's not massive for a full coverage. Can you see that? Okay. If you would like Tassie Devil, comment Tassie Devil. If there's more than one of you, I will draw it and I will post this chart to you. Okay, do estimator thingy, what's it called? You know what I'm talking about. This I have shown before. The Indian from Ross Originals. Now, I have stitched this. I will show you it's stitched in a second. But what I'll also explain to you is I'm just giving this away because I've used it and it's coloured in. I'll show you. See? It's It's got colour on it. That's the chart, all right? I'll just quickly show you. It's fine. You would just need to colour over it with a different colour highlighter. You can still see all the symbols. It's fine, and it's a giveaway, guys. Beggars can't be choosers, can they? You get what you get. I just think I've stitched this. I'm not going to stitch it again. Maybe somebody else would like it. It's just sitting in my cupboard. You know, what's the point of that? Someone might as well have it. If you're not fussy, or if you can't afford things, here it is. It's free. Just tell me you want it. So if you can comment Indian for this one, and I'll just show you quickly what it looks like stitched because I've never got around to framing it. This is it. Done. Stitched it for Jed. I think it was in 2010. Yep. See that? So yeah, I've stitched that. It's done. It ain't getting stitched again. So why have I got this sitting in my cupboard? Now, because it's coloured in, I would never sell it. I'm not interested in getting any money for it. I just would love to pass it on to you if you're keen. If your husband loves motorbikes and you want to stitch it for him, here you go. There you go. Send me the word Indian. And I'll do the same with this one. I'll draw it if there's more than one person. Otherwise, I will post it to you anywhere in the world. I don't care where you live. Okay? Done? Alrighty. Sorry, just quickly had to do that. Now, Stash Parade. Alright, let's start with a few oldies that I've had for a long time because I don't know where to get this. If you want to know, I don't know. I have no idea. I am keeping this because I'm hoping to stitch this for somebody someday. Whether it's a grandchild or someone. I love it. Mickey and Minnie. The old film border. Isn't that cute? Mickey and Minnie portrait. It's got a kind of a vintagey look to it. So yeah, right up my alley. Vintage Mickey and Minnie. How can you go wrong? Oh, that one. If you want to know any more about it, let me know and I'll send you the details. You've already seen this one, but I'll just quickly show you again. Arenco Originals. I bought this for my dad because he used to breed both of the breeds of birds that are on here, budgies and the other breed, I can't think of the name right now. But he used to breed both of those birds, so I would like to stitch that one day for him. I think that's really nice. So I've got that one. Birds, if you want to know about that, I'll tell you more. Just trying to do this as quickly as I can. Now, when we went to Disneyland that I was just talking about, I bought a chart in Disneyland, and this was the one that I bought. And I'll keep this because I'll stitch this for a grandchild or somebody one day. Love that. And I actually got it in Disneyland, so that's pretty cool, huh? Can't get rid of that one. So yeah, I don't know whether it's available anywhere, but that's where I got it, in Disneyland. Had to bring myself home a chart from there. Next. Oh yeah, I've shown you this one before. You've all seen this, I think. Twisted Man sampler. I will do this one day, for sure. On opalescent fabric, already know how I'm going to do it, or one day. Oh, here we go. Now these are the other two that go with this one. So we have one, which is the one I showed you, the cherries. And in nice and close. That's cherries. This one is raspberries. They're pretty, huh? Raspberries, and this one is, I think that's peaches or apples. It might be apples. Yeah, it's apples. I think. It's all in French. I'm pretty sure that's apples. But they're pretty, aren't they? They're really different. I like things that are a little bit Frenchy, as you probably have guessed. Anyway. And And I haven't really showed you anything yet that's full coverage, have I? This one, Dreams of Avalon. I love orchids. I have quite a few orchids in my home. My dad is a mad orchid grower and he's kind of passed it to me, and I do have a few in the home, and oh, they're going so well at the moment. I'm so excited with myself. So yeah, I just like the colours in that too. I think they're really pretty. So I've got that one. I think that is full coverage though. Yeah, that's full coverage. Oh, this is a little cross-stitch pattern. The Peacock Tree. It's a really small one. Just a little design. But I really like that. A whole monochrome thing going on. That's really pretty. And there's a green fabric that Mavis, I think, sent me. That's a really bright olive green. And I was thinking about switching it and doing the white stitching on the bright olive green. What do you reckon? I think that might look nice. On the linen? Be pretty on linen, wouldn't it? Now, I have shown these before, so I'm just really quickly whipping through these because I showed these in a previous video. But they were quite popular. I got a lot of questions about them, just in case you knew. For Annette Erickson. These are French. And they're done on, what do you call it? That. Oh, God, Teresa, where's your words? Hessian-y stuff. I don't know what it's called. I've gone blank. Walking on the beach makes me happy. That's just me. I love the beach. I love walking on the beach. It makes me happy. The chook. Cute. Yeah. And very French country. That one, isn't it? And this one's got the Eiffel Tower. I'm just going quick. If you want to know any more, send me a question. Paris. Hessian. Hessian? Is that what I was trying to think of? I know what's on there. Oh my goodness me. Just bear with me. Is it burlap Hessian? That was the word I was trying to think of. Burlap. Anyway, we're nearly there, guys. Now come the Hades. I have 3 in my stash that I will do one day. This one is for my mum and for me, kind of, because daisies are our favourite flower. So that's called Daisy Blue. Orietta stitches. She's stitching this, or she was, and then it seems to have disappeared, Orietta. I'd love to see it finished. So pretty. So pretty. So I really want to stitch that for my mum, and I don't think it's massive. It's 198 by 133. So it's big, but it's not really big, is it? That's not massive. That one. This one, if you've watched Teresa Little Stitcher, if you haven't watched Teresa Little Stitcher, what are you doing? She is amazing, beautiful lady. She stitched this, and I had to buy it after I saw her stitch it. I just thought it was so pretty. So hopefully I'll have a granddaughter one day, or someone that I can stitch that for. I don't know who I'm stitching it for. It's not something that I'd probably stitch for myself, but I would love to stitch it for somebody. Love to. I think it's beautiful. So yeah, that one. And I really want to do this piece. Really want to do this piece. So this is the 4 Seasons, if you haven't seen it. So you have the snow, and then you turn it. Autumn. Is that one spring maybe? And summer. Or, yeah, something like that anyway. Oh, I really want to stitch that. That's going to be a big piece. 525 by 522. Wow. And I would turn it. Every season, I would turn that, wouldn't you? So that it shows that season at the bottom. I would so do that. So that one. Now I've only got a couple here left. That's my whole stash, guys. That's all I have. And before I started watching Flosstube, I used to have one. I used to have the one piece that was going after the one I was doing, and that was all the stash I had. I really didn't have stash. Look what you're doing to me. It's all your fault, Flosstube. Okay. These I showed you the other day, but I want to mention them again because, so by the way, I was talking to, here we are. I was talking to, what was her name? Amber. Amber? Hi, Amber. Amber and I have been talking about these, and Amber and I have decided we're going to stitch them together. So in, I think, Amber, probably March or April next year, you can let me know if that's okay with you. But I think gives us a little bit of time to get organised. But if anyone else would like to join us, we're going to do our own little stitch along for these. So if you're interested, that gives you plenty of time, maybe March or April next year, to collect your patterns and collect your fabric and all that kind of thing. And we're going to stitch these. We're going to do a little stitch along because I've never done that before, and I think that will be fun. So yeah, by the way, Amber and I are going to stitch them. If you want to join in. Last lucky last is good old first I drink the coffee, which I have in my stash that I will get to at some point. I will get to it, but I'm changing the colours on that to oranges and turquoises and really bright pretty colours because yeah, browns are just a little dull for me. I'd like something bright and yeah, cheery, bright and cheery. Oh my goodness, guys, we're done. It's an hour and 22 minutes. I've got to find a way to cut these down. I don't know what's... I didn't even have any racks this month, and it's still ridiculously long. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, now, I do just quickly want to mention the Vegemite again. I have some Flosstube friends that I like to watch that are some of my favourites, and they don't know it yet, but they're getting gifts from me, and when they get them, they're getting a jar of Vegemite. And what I'm hoping that they're going to do is do a little Vegemite challenge on their Flosstube where they actually eat the Vegemite in front of you so you can see them screw their faces up and you can have a good laugh at their expense. So any Flosstubers out there, if you get a jar of this, there'll be a nice little note inside to say how I'd love to see you eat it on Flosstube, and there'll be instructions on how to eat it because it ain't Nutella, guys. It's a bitter taste, and if you pile this on like Nutella, it'll nearly kill you, I would imagine. Very, very lightly on really nice melted buttered toast. Delicious. So stay tuned for the Vegemite challenge because that's coming. I've just got to get some things together that I want to send to a couple of my favourite Flosstubers because you guys have all sent me things, and you know, I've got Flosstubers that I love to watch too, so I'm going to send a few challenges out there to some friends and hopefully get them to do a little bit of fun Vegemite tasting for you. And I'm also sending some, yeah, it's another thing, we don't call it candy here, we call it lollies. So I'm going to be sending some Aussie lollies and some Aussie chocolate and yeah, all that stuff, because for me to send gifts, to send cross stitch is a bit silly because you can get it so much cheaper than I can, so I figure I'll spread some good cheer with some, you know, Vegemite and chocolate and lollies, because I have eaten a lot of the candy and lollies in America, and I happen to think that we give you a bit of a run for your money. I really do. Our Aussie chocolates and lollies are pretty awesome, so I want to send those and share those. So I'm done, guys. Don't forget the giveaway. Where would you take me to and what would you feed me? Pretty much, like what would you take me to eat if I came to see you? And if you don't have anything like that, just say Vegemite in there somewhere and you'll be all good. I will be back in 4 weeks, and oh, I think that's everything. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel like I am, but I don't know what it is. And don't forget Indian and Tassie Devil. That's the Tasmanian Devil, in case you didn't know. Almost went extinct, but I think they've saved it now. Yeah, so Tassie Devil, Indian, and I'll do a separate draw for each one of those and post that to you if you win it. Yeah, I think I'm done, guys. A mess. I've got a mess. Okay, yeah. Anyway, all right. I will see you all again in a month. Take care. Happy stitching. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing. Please send me comments. I love to get the comments, and I always respond. So please do that if you want to. And I'll see you guys again in a month. Bye.